Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurame Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvadam Ganganapate Namaha. Om Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Shri Radha Krishnaya Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 17th of February 2025. I want to welcome you all to Morning Satsang, and we are continuing our examination of the Mandukya Upanishad, verse number 1. We're looking at, of course, the entire Upanishadic lore is on the mystery of consciousness. That is the Brahman, Akshara Brahma Tattva. That is what it is referring to mostly. And of course, some interpreters have also given the Parabrahma Tattva interpretation from the Upanishads also. We are examining, by the grace of God and all the great sages, the mysteries of the waking state. You know, the waking state this is our life experience. We are in this common experience of Jagrat Avastha. So in Advait Vedanta, there is a very intricate and contemplative explanation regarding this waking state. So we've been talking about this now for the last several days, and those who are following this, my only humble request is for patience. This is very difficult to understand, and it's even more difficult to explain because, well, there's many reasons behind that. But Sachin's only humble request is a lot of patience. Take some notes, do your own reflections, make some comments. We're going to have in-person and online Vedanta retreats on Advait Vedanta. So these kinds of questions can be looked at in a lot of depth for hours at a time with relatively small groups of people that are really interested in this Advaitic Gyan, right? So to continue a bit from yesterday, we were talking about Jeev Srishti. Jeev Srishti is what? What is Jeev Srishti? So at the individual level, there is this apparent creation of the multiplicity of each being, of each person. Each being is different somehow. That is called Jeev Srishti. Jeev meaning the Atma Tattva, that is Satchidananda, but is apparently individualized. And I'm using that word carefully, apparent, because that's how Advaita describes it. It's not actually that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of different Jivatma. That's what Advaita would say. There's only Brahman. That's it, nothing else. But it itself is reflecting as this Jivatma. So the Jeev Srishti represents the subjective creation or projection that arises from within the Jivatma, the embodied self, its embodied self. Meaning that the Atma Tattva, which is the Brahma Tattva, now is functioning as Jivatma. It is creating the world around. So each Jiva carries sanskaras, deep-seated impressions left by past experiences, actions, thoughts, and the vasanas, behavioral tendencies or habitual patterns. These impressions function as filters through which the waking state is interpreted. Now, this is where this gets very tricky to understand. Each Jivatma has vasana. Why? I mean, this is another problem in Advaita Vedanta. Well, how is it that if you're saying there's only Brahman, and Brahman is reflecting as the Jivatma, and the Jivatma has vasanas, and vasanas are causing birth upon birth and rebirth. That means the Brahman is getting caught inside the cycle of rebirth. Is that what that means? That's one of the arguments against Advaita Vedanta, that the Brahman, you're saying that there's only Brahman, that now it's reflecting as Jivatma. Jivatma has vasanas. The vasanas is creating all of this constant bodies upon bodies upon bodies. That means that Brahman itself is just that. Is just like how we say the Jivatma is that Brahman. Brahman can say Brahman is this, this in consciousness is all of these Jivatma, reflected patterns and vasanas. And it has caught itself into its own Maya. You could make that argument, definitely. And people do make that statement against Advaita Vedanta. That Advaita Vedanta is totally false because of this reason. That there's something very seriously wrong with Advaita Vedanta. There's a lot of arguments against Advaita Vedanta for these kinds of reasons. But nonetheless, as Sachin has stated before, I have tried to state this before, in my humble opinion, Advaita Vedanta is not wrong, nor is any of the other forms, nor are there any of the forms of Vedanta. It's not a question of right and wrong. It's a question of realization. It's a question of realization. It's like at one level, there are vasanas, there are these tendencies, there are sanskaras, there are all kinds of phenomena going on. The waking state is created. The mysteries are so many that we don't realize how the universe is and galaxies and these things are all created. The Ishvara Shrishti, as it is called. But it depends on the evolution of the bhakta, the mumukshu. It's realization, not simply intellectualization. So Advaita Vedanta, in Sachin's humble opinion, perspective, is spoken from the fully enlightened state. That is what Shankaracharya is speaking from there. He speaks only from there about 20% of the time. That is Advaitic literature. The other literature is 80% bhakti literature. Even if we say there's Guru and Shishya, the Guru-Shishya dichotomy exists within the plurality, where there is a Shishya who is in ignorance. Advaita accepts ignorance. Well, where did ignorance come from? So these questions, Advaita cannot, nobody has answered this actually. I mean, every Acharya has their perspective, but why is there ignorance if there's only one? Realize the one, these questions all disappear. It's a matter of realization. So like Jagrata Avastha, why is Jagrata Avastha there? Whatever the reason may be, it is there. We are individually interacting with our vasanas, sanskars, whatever it is, start with that. Start our sadhana with that and try to clean it up. Clean it up, make it better, try to be free in it. Things like that. Do bhakti in that, have jnana in that Jagrata Avastha. That's all we can do. What else can be done? The body is a mechanism. It is a mechanism of Prakriti. Body is going to go. Body is going to become old, or if it becomes old, that is, nobody knows how long anybody lives, and then it will be gone. It will turn to dust. This is also in our perception. We can see that. Who is perceiving that the body turns to dust? Who is perceiving that the changes are going on constantly? We are. So who are we? We are consciousness. We are perceiving all of this phenomena. Right? So the mystery of the Jagrata Avastha is that there's a commonality of the experience. Well, why is that? That's the question we have been looking at, and it is an intricate question. It is a difficult question also. But that is part of the way the Jivatma, the Jiv Shrishti functions, or it works through this commonality of this experience. This commonality of experience is actually created also by the Ishvara Shrishti. So the Ishvaras are beings. That is called Saguna Brahman, as I was mentioning yesterday. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv, Virat Purush, Virat Narayan, Pradhan Purush. These are amazing higher level entities. In the traditional religion, we can call them God. We can say that is God, let's say. So that is called Ishwar Srushti, Ishwar Koti, Kotan Koti Ishwar. वो भी निकलते हैं ब्रह्म में से. Again, we ask the question, why? What is the point of doing all this thing? Well, Brahman has nothing better to do than to create all this sansara and universe. But see, that's the philosophical aspect to this. The Advaita Vedanta doesn't accept any duality. that the Ishwaras, the Jivas are all reflections of the one only. Yes, that's the mystery of consciousness. Consciousness and the mystery of Brahma Tattva is that when the Brahman is realized that I am that, then this entire srishti that is coming out of Maya, under Mahamaya, in one sense it is there, in another sense it is not there. It's amazing. In one sense it is there, that yes, we can see that it exists. But in another sense, it is not there at all. Hai hi nahi wo. How can that be? It's a matter of pralay, something called Jnan Praylaya. Jab Jnan Praylaya hota hai in the stages of sadhana, a point comes when the Jnan is such that it causes total realization of the non-existence of everything within Prakriti. That is called Jnan Praylaya. Isko Jnan Praylaya kehte hain. Pralay means dissolution. But even if this happens, there is still the Jagrata Avastha as long as there's a brain, body, mind, etc. Then the Avastha is still there. But for the Jivan Mukta, for the enlightened being, even that Avastha is Brahman. It's the one only manifesting this way, in this way for that person. That is really something extraordinary, because the individual is no longer in the Jeev level. That person has gone to the Brahmic stage. An extraordinary state is there every second. In Gujarati, in the Swaminarayan Satsang, we say this, call this Akhanda Alokik Panu. Unbroken, transcendental realization in every second of life that is here. And such a sage maintains the body, or is maintained by Divya Icha, for the benefit of all the other people in this world. They don't have to maintain the body. They actually have to make some special effort to maintain the body. Otherwise, the body will just literally vanish. It will just be gone. They will go outside, because they're already outside the body. They're outside the three bodies. The three bodies are not stuck inside. They're completely liberated from the engulfment in the three bodies. The physical, subtle, and causal. The causal body is gone also. Because when the causal body breaks, which we'll talk about later sometime, when the causal body breaks completely, there's a self-effulgent realization, I am Brahman. I am the divine that you are. That is the essence nature that opens directly. The causal body has to break. Karan sharir ka nash. So the causal body is what's causing the Jivatma to get born again and again and again and again and again within Prakriti. Why is there rebirth? When we say there is a cycle of reincarnation, transmigration, technically sometimes it is called metapsychosis also, the cycle of reincarnation. Why? Because of the lack of realization of the Atma and Paramatma, the Atma and the Brahman. That oneness that is not realized, this cycle of multiplicity just continues. So Jnan Praylaya, and this is the sadhana for today. Simple, then we'll stop here. Jnan Praylaya means, and what is the sadhana? What is this meaning? What is the sadhana? Very straightforward. Pralyaya means dissolution. Jnana kya hai? What is Jnana? It's a vision that the sansar doesn't exist. It exists relatively. It actually is not there. It's like in the jewelry store you go and you said that the bracelet and the necklace doesn't really exist. It's only gold. You know, you go to a jewelry store with 100 different types of jewels, or different types of gold ornaments. But what is the realization? It's all gold. There's actually nothing like a necklace, actually nothing like a ring, actually nothing like a bracelet, actually nothing like a gold, like a coin, No, these are just modifications, apparent modifications of gold. It's only gold. And it's nothing other than gold. So what is not there is the necklace. Can you imagine going to a gold store with your good friend or husband or wife or whoever and saying, okay, I'm going there with a Vedantic understanding, and you tell the person, ye kaisa price tag likha hai, sab gold hi hai. De do humko. You're trapped in Maya. We don't want to be trapped in Maya. Just give it to everybody. It's only gold. Don't put any price tags. Don't just take the whole thing, put it into a furnace, make it into one big ball of gold. That is Jnan Praylaya. You see, Jnan Praylaya is the vision beyond the division. The division is what? Oh, this one substance is different from another. This necklace is different from the ring, and ring is different from the bracelet, and bracelet is different from the earring, and earring is different from this, and then there's a heart shape, and there's all different thousands of different shapes are there. The ignorance is what? To see them as different. That is Ajnan. Jnan Praylaya is what? To realize that all of those forms are unreal. They are just temporarily there, but they're not actually even there. There's just something we have created inside our mind. There's only gold. There's nothing other than gold. So if you're sitting at the mall on a bench, try it sometime. Take this Vivek Chudamani with you. And if you want to take it, you can. Otherwise, just sit by yourself and say, Sab Brahma hi hai. Try it sometime. Sab khel hai, Maya ka khel hai on one side, on another side, Sab Brahma hi hai. You'll see each Jivatma running with their Vishayas, Panch Vishayas, going in different directions, wanting this, wanting that, wanting this. Sit at the food court. Most malls now have a food court. Sit there sometime as if Shankaracharya ji is sitting there. Just imagine, Adi Jagadguru Shankaracharya ji goes to the food court at Christiana Mall. We don't think about these things. We think of Shankaracharya ji in Dakshina Murti ki Murti mandir mein unki puja hoti. We don't think that Shankaracharya ji would be going to the food court inside Christiana Mall or inside some mall. We don't think about these things. But that's the reality. If you want to realize Brahman, practice Brahma Vidya everywhere, not just in temples. The temples mein to hai, wo to ek pujan, that is a divine place, no doubt. But bring that vision, awaken the vision everywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. Can we see the play of Maya, the play of Prakriti, the play of the three gunas, and at the same time see that it is only Brahman? This is pure Advaita Vedanta. Total Advaita Vedanta. Kuch aane jaane ka rehta hi nahi. You see, that's why the rishis, they may go out, they don't go out, they can stay in one place for long time. Kuch farak nahi padta unko. If we stay in one place for a long time, we get lonely, we get upset, we get claustrophobic, we get this, we get that. Million problems happen very, very quickly in our minds because we are not evolved to that level. We need to go somewhere, do something. In reality, there's no question of coming or going anywhere. Not at all. Billions of universes are existing within you only. That sounds very interesting to say that. But it doesn't, it's not something it's not just a night, but you'll see. Try it sometime. Literally, if you want, just, if you want to take the Vivek Chudamani or take a small picture of Adi Shankaracharya, just put it on the phone. You don't have to take it with you. You can just Google it and go and sit in the front food court. I said, only Brahman, nothing else. Try it out sometime. Go to the shopping mall. Go to the shopping mall sometime, or go anywhere, doesn't matter. But go to some place where there's a lot of people. Then they're all running around wanting different objects of the senses. And evolve into open the Brahma Drishti. I don't mean this as some comedy. It might sound like that. I mean, in some sense it might be, but in reality, you can try to open that vision that this is only Brahman. And if once that vision opens, what do you see? We see the play of the three gunas of Maya, but we also see the actual reality is Paramatma. Bhagwan hi hai and nothing else. Jya juwe tya Ramaji biju na bhase re, bhat dekhi bhule nahi anubhava ujase re. Then wherever you look, the Lord is present. So let's say a 70-year-old African-American man, overweight, is walking by you, smoking a cigarette, wearing some funny hat, some kind of a hat that he's wearing, and the person is, using some foul language. Can you see that person as Shankar Bhagwan? This is Brahma Vidya. We think of Brahma Vidya as just, some people living in Himalayas and all that. Can we see, just imagine, first of all, this is an African-American person. See the racism inside the mind. Overweight, smoking, has some strange hairstyle or some unusual type of hairstyle, is cursing, using foul language. Can we see that person as Shiva? Try it. And that is Brahma Vidya. That is Brahma Vidya. And that shows where we are in our evolution. The moment we can see that is Shivji, pura ho gaya. How is that possible even? How is that even possible to see such a person walking in the mall, and you can see that is only Shankar Bhagwan? Or koi nahi hai. Everybody is Shiva. Everybody is Krishna. Everybody is Narayana. How is this possible? This is called Jnan Praylaya. Try this sadhana. Do some sadhana at home, mantra sadhana sab karo. Bring the mind into that state that there's only Brahman. And then go to the mall. And then see whoever is there. People are eating ice cream cones and they're ordering different dishes and all pura Brahma ka khel hai. Now what is that? That is a vision beyond division. That is called Jnan Praylaya. The vision is become not just purified, it is a divine vision. To pierce through the gunas of Maya. Gunatitaha sa uchyate, chapter 14. Amazing stuff, folks. We'll have to do a mall retreat sometime, Vedanta mall retreat. Figure it out somehow. Okay, Hari Om. Om Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti, Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam, Pujamulam Gurur Pradam, Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa, Om Tameva Mata Chipita Tameva Tameva Bandusha Saka Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Sarvam Mamadeva Deva, Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Sarva Mangal Mangale Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanyatrambike Gauri Narayani Namostute Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita Namaste Se Namo Namah Om Aim Swaha Rim Swaha Klim Swaha Om Durga Rakshini Tha Swaha Shri Radha Krishna Arpanamastu.